An immigration operation shut down a food giveaway at a church. So the video shows at least one person being taken away yesterday. NBC4's Cádiz Klemack was in the neighborhood when this happened. John, good morning. This is one of a number of immigration operations that we continue to see here, right here in Southern California. Good morning.
Yeah, we understand there were a bunch of people that were arrested yesterday. This is the one that we've been showing you that was caught on video. I want to bring in Councilmember Monica Rodriguez. You were here yesterday when this was happening. You talked to some of the folks that witnessed all this. You certainly saw the video of what happened. What goes through your mind?
You know, it's infuriating to watch them descend upon our community, inflict such terror. People were terrified. And then you get misrepresented stories about where they go next because people just see black cars or they see large vehicles and everyone's just in a panic. So this is definitely meant to incite fear. They're certainly appearing to go after the breadwinners, as you know we've discussed previously, and it's just infuriating.
And this was a taco vendor that was here.
It's a taco vendor.
Thought he was able to run into a private property behind a gate on church campus, no less, and was still taken into custody.
Well, we also have stories where individuals were at the grocery store and just someone right before them was grabbed. There were situations where I've understood from stories that I've heard in Panorama City, confirmed by my colleague, just individuals that were, you know, part of the cell phone sales or taxi rides. Those individuals were just taken. So it just seems like there's just this randomness, and it's far from the narrative that the White House is attempting to put out. And so it's just infuriating that no one in this country is safe except those named in the Epstein files. This is the moment that we're all in this country, and that people are just, everyone is vulnerable right now.
I want to ask you something else, because Chief McDonald yesterday had a press conference talking about the crime in Los Angeles, but then somebody asked him about the mask mandate that's in California, California law, that federal agents are not supposed to be wearing masks. And he says he's not going to be enforcing that. He says that it's not good public policy and doesn't make sense for one armed agency to approach another armed agency for a misdemeanor. What's your take on that?
I'm really disappointed that I did hear that report, and I was very disappointed. The chief is not a policymaker. He is not there to opine what is good or bad policy. He's there to enforce the law. That is the law. That is the rule of this state. But more importantly, what was really disappointing to me is that when they were engaged, so are they not going to enforce any misdemeanors anymore in this city? I'd like to know how he decides what misdemeanors are enforceable or not. And the fact that he has actively done this, I was very disappointed. I'm going to talk to the mayor about it. I'm eager to hear what the police commission has to say, but you don't get to just pick and choose what you enforce.
Moving on to what's going to happen today, we've got North Valley Caring Services here on this site. They've got a food distribution event that's supposed to start at 9 o'clock this morning. There's some concern because of what happened yesterday that some folks aren't going to come out.
Right.
You know, is there going to be too much fear because of that, or is the need still too strong that they're going to have to face those fears and come out here? I mean, these are big questions that families are dealing with.
These are very real questions that families are struggling with right now, and I think it's, you know, we're doing everything possible. My team is here, and we're hopeful that efforts like this aren't also a target. But we know there's such great food insecurity for so many families. This is an important food distribution effort that we have in this region. Thousands of families are served. And so, again, I know they're trying to inflict fear, but we just have to continue to try our best to continue on and be strong and do what we can. There is just a lot of egregious actions. We're watching it at all levels. And the reality is a lot of it is a distraction from some of the actions that the White House is actively taking at the federal level that is going to have even greater financial and dire implications for people in this country.
Councilmember Monica Rodriguez, thanks for coming out and joining us here this morning. A lot of things to talk about. Again, 9 o'clock is when the food distribution event is going to be happening here at the North Valley Caring Services in North Hills. Guys, I'll send it back to you.
Yeah, we'll be watching the Valley and what's happening all across the nation, John. Thank you.